Hello everyone and welcome back to module 1 of jQuery. So in this session we will be learning about jQuery effect. So let's begin. First we'll see what do you mean by jQuery effect. Common jQuery effect which we use into our day-to-day life to present a website or some animation inside a web page. What are jQuery effects, syntax and some example of it. So let's start. What is jQuery effect? jQuery effects can be categorized into fading, sliding, hiding, showing, and animations effect. That means jQuery effect basically is when you click on some particular paragraph. In last session, we have learned about jQuery events. So in which we used to hide a paragraph, we used to show a paragraph, how we can do a focus element, blur element. We have seen all these elements. Now, all these elements are some kind of effects like hide effect, fade in, fade out effect. If I click enter, something this second line that is hide has been fade in. So it has given an effect as fade in effect. If I want some particular image to fade out, so we can use a fade out, or we can create a button through which we can fade in and fade out same particular image. So all these effects comes under jQuery effect. Some examples are hide, show, toggle effect, which helps us to do both the effect inside one particular button. Then fade in, fade out, slide up and slide down. Then side toggle, animate, delay. If you want to delay one particular element, for example, you have two box. So you want to portray that first box starts first and the second box should be delayed by some second. So that all can be done with the help of jQuery effects. So let's see. So some common jQuery effects are. So here are some common jQuery effects. So let's learn about all the common jQuery effects in detail. Now, first is animate. Runs a custom animation on the selected element. Now, why custom animation? Custom animation means whichever animation effect you select, that is hide, toggle effect, side up, side down effect, any delay effect. So all that comes under the element. So it will apply a custom animation to the selected element which you are going to select, or whichever element you want to get selected. Then comes the clear queue. Removes all the remaining queue functions from the selected element. Means, for example, there are multiple functions for a selected element. And if you apply a clear queue for that element, then all the remaining elements will be deleted or removed for that element. Then comes delay. Set a delay for all the queued function on this selected element. Means whichever functions are assigned to that particular element. For example, paragraph. If there are multiple functions assigned to one paragraph element, and if you use delay program or delay effect, then it will delay for all the queued function. It will create a delay of seconds or minute according to the specification of our value. Then come dequeue, remove the next function from the queue and then execute the function. That means it will only remove one next function from the queue and all the functions will be executed as it is. Then comes fade in. Fades in selected element means whichever element is selected. For example, if I'll just go back, and if I want my image to come now, so I'll click enter. So as you can see, my image has been fade in. That means it has came to my slide with the help of fade in animation. So all this animation can be implemented on any element of HTML. Then fade out, if you want to erase some image, for example, if I'll show you, see, as you can see, our image got disappear. So that is fade out effect. Fade to. That means fade in and fade out the selected element to the given opacity. Now here, fade in, fade out can be done individually on the individual element. But fade to, fade in and fade out to the selected element to a given opacity means it will not fade completely. It will just fade to a given opacity. It will just become lighter or some kind of effect. So as you can see, there is one particular logo here, if you can see. So we have given an opacity to it. That is, it has not been faded completely, but it has been given an opacity to fade to a particular limit of a image. Then comes fade toggle. toggle between the fade in and fade out. That means with the help of one single click of button, you can fade in, fade out. If the image is already present in the screen, then it will get fade out. If the image is not there on the screen, then it will get fade in. So these are some examples. Other common jQuery effects are finish, stops or removes and completes all queue animation for the selected element. Means it will consider that the program or that function for that particular elements are already covered, and it is means to stop that function and continue with the other element function. Then again hides the selected element. Then comes queue, shows the queued function on the selected element. If some programmer needs to see what elements are being queued for this particular function, then that can be queued or seen with the help of queue function. Then show the selected element. So if you want to show an image or a paragraph or any link on the click of the button, that can be done with the help of show. Then slide down. So slide down is again for any element. If you want to bring any element from upper side, from down side, from left, right, whichever side, so that can be done with the help of slide down, slide up, and slide toggle again works between the slide up and slide down. Then comes stop. Stop the current running animation for the selected element. So whatever or whichever the animation is going on, it will just stop running that particular element. And again toggles between hide and show. So this was simple common jQuery effects which we'll be learning and which is used into our website when we create a website or a web page. Then come jQuery animated method. Now, in previous slide, we have seen all the jQuery effects. Now, in this particular slide, we are going to see specifically the animation method. The animate method performs a custom animation of a set of a CSS property. That means CSS property means background color, width, height. If you want to create as a, for example, if you want to create after clicking on some particular button, the width should be exchanged to some kind of limit or should be increased by some pixel of amount. So that can be done. If you want to change the background color as soon as you click some button, so that all the things can be done with the help of animate method. This method changes an element from one state to another with CSS style. So it helps us to change from one stage to another. One stage to another means, for example, there are simple paragraph element. If you want to design that paragraph, so we can simply do with the help of animation. That means we will assign an animation on one button, and on click of that button, some changes will get to be seen on the paragraph. The CSS property value is changed gradually to create an animate effect. So it can't be changed directly from white to black or green to some other color, orange or likewise, because it won't be animated. If you want to show an effect of animation, you should change the values gradually, but not the district's value. And the syntax, so your syntax is selector. Now, whatever selector, that is element, paragraph tag, heading tag, image tag, or whichever element you want to select, dot animate. So animate method start with the keyword dot animate. After that, inside the parenthesis, we will make use of style. Now, style can be any CSS, that is background, height, font size, font weight, border color, border width, any style which we have seen in CSS can be applied inside this curly braces. Then speed to be, how much speed should be, it should be getting in if you apply a fading effect or if you apply a background color effect. So at what time it should get fading? It should get fading quickly or it should take time to get fading. So that can be decided with the help of speed. Using again the same and callback. After that particular action is done, what should be called back or what kind of action should be called back. So this is a simple syntax for it. Example, if you select as a selector as body, I'm selecting selector as body dot animate. Now I have used a keyword as animate. Now inside this parenthesis and curly braces, we have written style. So here I have given a CSS as background position X plus 100 pixels. So it will be shifting background position X by 100 pixels. Whereas second comma, if you want to give multiple CSS, you have to just separated with the help of comma. I'll have put comma and background position y plus equal to 200 pixels. So from the position y, it will be shifted to 200 pixels, and from the position x, it will be shifted to 100 pixels. And the curly braces and the parentheses should be closed. If you want to assign some kind of speed, so you can assign after this curly braces. So this was a simple example of animation method, how you can declare animation method with the help of other CSS element. So what was CSS element can be implemented here? So first is you can change the background color, background position to X. From Y you can change, then border width. If you want to increase kind of border width with 200 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel according to your choice. Then border bottom width, if you want to increase only the bottom width of your particular box or container, that can be done with the help of border bottom width. Border left width, as the name indicates, it will be increasing the left side of a border. Border right will be increasing the right side of a border. Border top will be increasing the top side of a border. Then border spacing. The whatever spacing which we assign to the border can be calculated or can be increased or decreased with the help of animation as well. Then margin. For example, I have an image and I want at the click of my button, my margin space should be increased and the image should come into the center. So that can be done. So if you want to give margin from the all four sides, you just have to use the keyword margin. If you want to use margin for a specific pattern or specific space, that is bottom, left, right, top, so that can be also done with the help of individual methods. Then comes the opacity. You can, if you want to fade an image, so you can give an image that this much percent of opacity should be done and that much percent of the image will be fade. That can be done with the help of color also. If you want to fade a particular red color or green color for any opacity, you can done with that help of opacity. Then comes the outline width. This can be also done with the outline width. So if you want to increase or decrease the outline width, that can be also done. Next come padding. If you want to increase or decrease the padding from the four side, you just have to use the keyword padding. If you want to increase only for specific, that is padding bottom, left, right, top. So all these methods can be used to increase individual size. Then if you want to increase or decrease height, width, max height, if you want to keep for a particular element size, it will be increased to this particular max height. Whatever size of the container or a window is there, it will be increased to that particular size. Then comes the max width, minimum height. What minimum height should be assigned? Minimum width should be assigned. Font size. What font size should be? It should be decreased with the help of animation or it should be increased with the help of animation. Now, bottom, left, top, right. So all this kind of methods can be used. Then comes the letter spacing. If you want to increase or decrease the letter spacing with the help of animation, that can be also done. Word spacing, line height if you want to increase, or the last method is text intent. If you want to increase the text intent for any paragraph or any letter, you can be increased with the help of these methods. So these are all jQuery animation method which we are going to see one by one. So in this session, we have covered all the theory part regarding jQuery effects. In next session, we will be learning about practical implementation of few examples of how to change background position, how we can add borders, how we can add padding, or all that example. I hope you have understood this. Thank you.